Hello sir, this is Ansh presenting bus booking system for moving in round 2. So firstly we will look toward a basic flow chart to understand the task done by the admin and user. So firstly admin can perform tasks such as adding a new bus, updating bus information, delete a bus, view all buses, display seat plan, add new routes for the route creation property and delete routes in the same. So on adding a new bus, admin has to enter the bus name, route link. We will look towards further how the route link works, days of operation, ET, and this and the seat plan. We will also look toward the seat plan further. Update bus detail. He has to enter all this stuff again to update a already present bus to a new bus, and this other task. This delete a bus. View always display seat plan. Add route, delete route, add route and delete route. Add route, enter route details. We need to enter route details, that a route ID, starting place and ending place, and this will be stored in a file name as route.txt with ID, starting place and ending place through a cache. Now we will look toward the functionalities of users. User can perform actions such as browse available buses by entering route information, like entering the source and destination path, and buses will be displayed. Check seat availability. He can enter the bus name, like is there sub bus name City Express. He will enter the bus name and seat availability we checked and will be given as an output. A seat pattern will be given. And display book seat. All the book seats of that admin will be listed. Book a seat. He can book a seat by entering the bus name and the seat number he want to book, and then it will be confirmed. And same way he can cancel the seat. So these are the basic functions by users and admin. So now we will look toward the working of our code. So this is the main portal. Welcome to, and we want to firstly sign in as admin. We have two options now: manage bus detail or go back to main menu. Let's just go for one. Now we have to log in as admin and password. Now this is the management portal for admin. We can see this different function I mentioned. So firstly we will have a function to add a bus. This is buses.txt where the new bus will be stored. In case of any failure, we can access this bus from there. So adding a new bus, let the bus name be test bus, total seat 8, route ID let be 0 for this time, so we can enter our places. Days of operation 1. Now this is enter pattern rows. So we have entered the total seat. Now we want to set the structure for the bus. So we can have two rows and per enter pattern columns. So number of seat in that column. So we will have two and the spaces between the column, two there, three there itself. So the bus is created and added to the bus.txt. Now we can view all buses to see if there's, yes, it is head, and all the other buses are also showed with their current occupancies and total seats. So we can display seat plan of that buses. For example, we just entered test bus, so let's just see its seat plan. So as per we mentioned, 1 2 3 8 seat. Now we can go for some complex one like Ansh. This is the seat system for that bus. As we have 100 seats, 5 rows and 4 columns, and it is distributed as per the space. We can update bus information, like just update the newly added bus having index 8. New bus can be test bus updated. Total seat updated to 40. Just adding random. The bus is updated. Now let's move to our route properties. We can add route. I will open route.txt. These are the route pre-added. So enter route number. We need to enter the route ID to access it later. 12 and can't go to the new route is added. We can use it in add a bus or update bus. So this is the user portal and these are the functions shown. Now let's go towards the user portal. So firstly we can register new users. User.txt. Ansh is already stored. Let's just register another user. Ansh2 it is stored in user.txt. Even if I just close the program and run it again, I have access to my users registered before. Login successful. Now we can browse available buses like by adding the source and destination like JK and MP. So this was the bus available with total of current occupancy 0 and available seat 3. It is showing green color cause it's 100% available. Like all seats are available. Now we can book a seat in this bus. Name of the bus is Go Express. Sorry, we booked seat number 1. Now just let's see if it is booked or not. 5 display book seats. Book seat for Ansh 2. This and this are stored in book seats Ansh 2 with seat number. We can also delete our booking of bus number Express and seat number 1. If we enter a wrong number, it will detect and say that the seat is not booked by us. We can also check seat availability in different bus like for the express seat bus 1, 2, 3. These are the seats. Because we have not booked any seat, it's all showing green. Let's just try after booking it. Let's book seat number 2 and now if we will see it is turned red because it is already booked. It still show green because it more than 80% available. Let's just book another seat in the same bus. Oh sorry, it's already booked. 2 is already booked because we have just booked 2. 1 seat booked for us. Now it's showing yellow because only 1 available seat is there. Let's just book all the seat now. Now all 3 seats are booked by us. So if we check seat availability, it is all red. So all are booked. If I enter wrong input like number instead of string or string instead of number, it will just show an error to enter it again. We want to check out the browse bus. It shows red because we have no seat left to book. Cancel seat book. So this were the book seats. Seat information for booked seats of user Ansh. So this were the functionality of the user. Now let's just move towards the behind the scenes, how everything is working through sequential charts. So firstly we'll look how the after, before and after add new bus is happening. So basic program, load buses, temporary cache, and the our local storage root.txt and buses.txt. So firstly, on the initialization of program, whenever the program start, it will call load buses automatically to get the preloaded buses from the buses.txt, and it will load this buses in the temporary cache itself before entering any request. Then we can enter a new bus request. It will require some details. We will provide details. We can like root id I mentioned, that is in the root text to handle the root system, or if we have mentioned id 0, we can enter the starting and ending place itself, and the new bus is added in the cache, and then it is stored in the buses.txt through save buses function. So this is the new bus functions. Now we will just look toward the variables and function used in it. Bus name and the other parameters of bus, route id and route map link. This will give us the map link. Like for example, just let me show you. Like this, it will give a map link. And seat management, column and spaces, and function to get route map, to store it and get the id, save plan, save buses to file, push bus, and other load functions. And we have looked toward the adding bus and deleting bus work the same. Just we will, instead of pushing back to the buses vector, we will just update the index mention for that. Now we will see how the delete bus work. Bus name will be in, bus index will be inputted for in the system. If that matching bus is found in the temporary cache, we will be remove that and update the buses.txt. Confirmation will be sent. If bus not found, no bus deleted will be sent. These are the basic variable used. Buses.erase will be used there. How seat plan works. So user enter the user when try to enter the seat plan, system will require total seats, number of rows, number of columns, and number of spaces. So for example, in this, if we have added 96 seats and like this number of rows and 2 seats per column and 3 spaces, so it will distribute this pattern like that. And the time complexity of rows into column into spaces. This is the flow chart for this. User system equals for all the inputs. Then system creates seat plan, saved it in the file for the seat plan to access it later with foreign key as bus. Bus is used as a foreign key. So we will call plan loaded and saved. On the initialization of any user or the function even, every file is loaded in the temporary cache. Even if it's root.txt, bus.txt, every file. How root add by access works. User want to add some roots. Firstly, system will load all the root present. So there not let be user added some id that is already present. It will just update because it is already loaded in the temporary cache. Temporary cache is loaded from root.txt. Request root. Now all the roots are loaded in temporary cache, so temporary cache can return directly the root present instead of accessing the main memory again and again. Caching is used. For entering new root, we will add id, start, and end. So it will store, send this to save root. Now save root function will store it in our root.txt, and root's save confirmation will be sent. This is the basic flow chart. What is happening? So if we mention id 0 means we want to mention our new root. So new root will be mentioned in add new bus, update new bus, both. And if we mention yes, we have if id is not equal 0, we will search in the root.txt for that root. These are the variable used. Load root from file, loading, saving, and getting the root map, that is cache basically. Adding the root index. Now how the buses are displaying. User will call for the source and destination where he want to see the buses are going, and we will access our temporary cache that is loading buses from the buses.txt, and we will match source and destination, return the list. These are the basic functions used: book seat, found seat, and this working of book and cancel of a seat. So user will access the system by entering the bus name and seat number, because he want to book a specific seat or cancel a specific seat. So system will go firstly to our buses.txt to check the seat plan, and it give us the seat plan like 1, 2, 3, 4. And temporary cache will be maintained to store the seats.txt, buses.txt. So if we enter the bus name and seat number correctly, we update cache with the new booking, and this will be also stored in seat.txt for corresponding users, and confirm the seat is booked. If the seat is unavailable or invalid, it doesn't exist in that temporary cache. If we want to cancel a seat, we will enter same bus name and seat number. Temporary cache will be checked, and if it has that stored, it will return that it is deleted and updated to the seat.txt file through save and load functions. Notified seat is not booked. These are the variable and function used. Cancel book seat, book seats for user, get bus name, get input. How the user portal is working. So basically we are storing the users in a user.txt file to access them later, and cache is for like vector of users. So user will choose login. If he enter the username and password, if it is correct, stored in cache, cause every time system is initialized, user.txt will be saved in the cache, and we will match the username and password, and if it's verified, we will open the portal for that user. If it's wrong, we will show error. If we choose register, we will have to enter username and password, and that username and password will be loaded to cache and stored to user.txt at the same point, and we get back to the portal. So these are the variables used: username, password, authenticate to check if it's match or not, save, load. Save and load are almost used in all. How error handling classes are working. To prevent system getting runtime error or any compile time error, like adding total number of seats greater than or less than like the pattern, or instead of adding an integer, I'm adding a string in the input. Everything can cause an error. So an error handling class is used using function overloading for different input, like get input string. If the input is string, this will function will be called. If the input is integer or double, this inputs will be called. So user call get input function. Firstly, the input will be taken using get input function. So like if we want them to enter an integer, we will call this one. So if the user entered string there, our function will check if the input is correct or not. If we enter the string and but we have to enter the integer, the system will not break and tell us to enter that again. So enter input, check input validity. If valid, return validated input. If not, display error message, clean error again, and then we will have user have to enter that again. The system will not break now. And these are the classes used, class diagram. So admin class use admin, user, bus, seat, and error handling classes. So bus admin seat has this variables declared: username, password, route map, and API key. API key is not used though. These are the functions in admin classes accessed by every classes, and these are the function in bus, in seat, and in user. So thank you. This was my submission for moving project bus booking system.